kind of wrap this up, I wanted to talk a little bit about the term and the subject, the Illuminati. The Illuminati. Now, if you go to my blog, I've got a link there, and for a lot of diehards out there, you've probably seen this before. But the point of this whole broadcast, I don't pretend to have a whole lot of knowledge about all of this information. No more than any of the other people like Alex Jones. That is, I don't care about that. I don't think I have a particularly engaging voice or anything like that. But what I wanted to do was share some of this information that you hear on shows like the Alex Jones show, and do it in a way, hopefully, that's maybe a little less and might not scare quite as many people off. But again, I've said it before, man. I love Alex Jones. I listen to him all the time. And speaking of Alex Jones, today he had what's his name? Fritz. His last name is Sprigmeyer. But on my blog, I have a link to a guy named Stanley Monteith, Dr. Stanley Monteith, and I think in the early 90s, he just gave this 2.5-hour lecture on the Illuminati. And what I love about it, I mean, you may not agree with everything in the lecture, and I don't particularly agree with everything, and it's really hard to document and cover the Illuminati in 2.5 hours. But he does a pretty awesome job. But what I like about the video is he goes through all the quote-unquote theories of who the puppet masters are, who essentially is at the helm of the satanic New World Order. And he goes through each one. He goes, well, some people say it's the Bilderbergs, some people say it's the Council on Foreign Relations, some people say it's the Trilateral Commission, some people say it's the Church of Rome, some people say it's the Jews, some people say it's the international bankers. So he just goes through all of it. And I don't want to give it away, but yeah, definitely check that out. Go to my blog, and because that is just if you don't know much about the Illuminati, for the longest time I don't even like to use that word, because it has so many connotations, and the minute you say the word Illuminati, it just turns people off. I prefer what people are using these days, the globalists, the international bankers. I prefer that. But I personally have a theory that doesn't fit into everybody else's about what exactly the motive is, and who is really at control. And at some point in these broadcasts, I'll spend a day on that and explain that to you. It's just a theory, but I feel pretty confident about it. But again, I don't think it's probably a theory that you've ever heard, and it's nothing too crazy or anything. It's just a different way to look at who actually is in control. And of course, it definitely includes all of the above: Bilderbergs, international bankers, etc. So please go to my blog, check that out, and I'm going to go ahead and call it a day here. Thanks for listening, and we'll be